Hello everybody, welcome back to Casual Gamer as we move into round 2 of Season 6 in F1 2017. Toro Rosso driver Ben Waterworth. My name is Ben Waterworth. We're at the Shanghai International Circuit in China, and we're going to get straight into this now. Now, best qualifying here is an amazing pole that we got back in Season 2 in F1 2016. So we have qualified in pole before, but we have never still, to this very point, scored a pole position in F1 2017 in any race. Now, obviously, we realise the deal with that in terms of fixing up the settings and all that sort of stuff. That's why we're obviously currently into our 6th season with Toro Rosso without a single offer. But I still kind of find it fascinating. They're not even at a Canada or an Italy have we gotten a pole, and I think we've never even cracked the top 4. We've only ever got 5th as our best ever qualifying, and I think a lot of that does come down to the top 4 in this game are pretty much rock tight, solid tight. And I think even outside of my 2 victories last season, we've never had a car besides a McLaren or Ferrari win this race on this game. So that's how bulletproof the top 4 are in terms of the wins on this game. And of course, if you're wondering, well, I've done that on my game, you know, but we only race 5-lap races here on Casual Gamer Oz, so we don't have any breakdowns or anything like that. We have 1-lap qualifying, so yeah, weird little rules there, but it's interesting to think that we've never had a non-Ferrari McLaren AI win on F1 2017. So there you go. Just a Ferrari Mercedes win, I should say, not McLaren. That would, you're probably thinking, whoa, okay, you've gotten a very weird game. So I even just read that there's an inbuilt glitch in this game in terms of the Honda engine on the on this game for the McLaren. Alright, we're onto the main straight. We're not going to get pole. Can we crack that top 4? We cannot, but I think we've gotten 5th again. Our perennial 5th, which will put us in a good place to challenge for the win tomorrow, so I'll be happy with that. We're the best of the rest. Now, how much do we miss out on pole by? Look at that, we can't even crack that top 4. We're off by 2/10. So Vettel, Hamilton, Raikkonen, Bottas, pretty safe there, and an all-Australian 3rd row once again. So we will move forward and see how we can end up doing in China. I'm going to do that now. Best finish here of 6, which we have achieved twice before, both in Season 1 and Season 2 here on F1 2017. Now, we qualified 5th back here in F1 2017 in Season 2, and we finished in 6th in that race. And the race we got pole in, F1 2016, we of course got dead last after leading early and then struggling. That was a dry race, and we just had a terrible race. I can't even explain what happened there. And 5th qualified here Season 1 of F1 2016 and only managed 16th. So no matter where we've qualified here in the top 5, I've always gone backwards. So there's a little random stat for you there. Stat, I should say, 85 points. That's good. We've nearly won this rivalry. We're well ahead. Our reputation goes up again. Yes, that's good. That's good. That's what we want. We've got a dry race. That's what we want. Alrighty. Now, again, I think we're going to podium or bust this time around. Again, if you're tuning in for the very first time here on Casual Gamer Oz, we're implementing some flashbacks if needed throughout this season, just because we're trying to get the fuck out of Toro Rosso. So we haven't usually done that until about the halfway point of last season, just because we're just getting so frustrated. We're stuck here with them. We've altered, of course, the difficulty a little bit and just trying to get through it here to get out of it. So we're going to try one. We've seen the grid, and we're about to get prepped and get busy with the fizzy here in Shanghai, China. We're on a pretty good run of point scoring finishes, of course, as well. 13 to end the season last year, I believe. Anyway, we're about to get racing here in Shanghai. 5 lights. We're underway. Here we go. Now, we're just going to stick to our racing line here just for the moment. We've got a car getting very close to me on the back there. I don't know what is going on. I did not even move from my grid position, essentially. Whoa, and somebody's clipped me. Somebody has clipped me, and I don't know who that is or what the hell they think they're doing. And we've got a pretty poor start here. And that was all through no fault of my own. That was a frustrating start. I don't know who it was that decided that they wanted to try and jump in the car with me. Oh, and that's a bad move. That is a bad, bad move. Can you imagine if I had flashbacks on the whole time on this? The amount of front wing damage I would have avoided. Oh, God, and I've done it again. What am I doing? It's this breaking point here, trying to avoid Daniel Ricciardo, which I do that time around, but I bet you I'll probably get a penalty for it that time around. Nope. Alright, that's good. Okay, so we're back into our starting position as Raikkonen and Hamilton get very intimate ahead of us. Good racing there, but too. Whoa, look at them just clashing there together. Hamilton nearly spins. That's great racing from the AI there. I'd love to see one of them spin, actually. You only ever see them spin in the first corner here on 5-lap mode, which is frustrating. But Hamilton getting very racy there with Kimi. I reckon I can go around both of them if you don't mind. Now, if I can just keep it on circuit, which I, well, sort of do. I have to go off circuit to get back on the circuit, and I've stayed ahead of both of them. That's third position. Wasn't too clean there with the overtake, but we'll take that. We'll take it. Now this is where my engine can belt out a pretty decent tune in terms of the power on it. I don't think it was fully upgraded this time around last year in Shanghai, was it? So first time really this car has had a chance to really sing loudly on the back straight in Shanghai. Now we're up to a podium position here, so can we chase down Valtteri Bottas? Our fuel mix still enriched, and we'll just keep it that way to see if we can maintain the gap. So we've got 2.5 seconds behind Valtteri, which obviously we want to be a little bit closer than that. And once again, our dreaded, we're gonna definitely, that is our Achilles heel on this circuit. We always seem to find a way to go off at that first corner. We'll set the fastest third sector, as you can see the map there going into purple mode there, and obviously for those who are not in the know, purple means that is the fastest of any driver out there on the circuit. So that's good to see we've got that pace. That obviously all really does come down to the speed we have on that back straight. And we're going to pursue Valtteri here. We've set a purple in the first sector as well. And again, I'm going to put that down to the speed in the main straight there as well. So, got a bit of speed, obviously, on this car, having the most powerful engine. It definitely works well in these straights with long, these circuits with long straights, low downforce circuits. Not too good in circuits like Monaco, which you're going to obviously be intrigued to see how we handle that with flashbacks, aren't you? I'm intrigued to see how we're going to handle that with flashbacks, because we know the qualifying is going to be bad. There's nothing really we can do with that, but race day itself, we might be able to try something. Now, for some reason, that will not stay on that screen for me there. Thank you very much. Why will you not stay on that screen for me? I have no idea. Once again, it goes back to that bit there. So let's get out of the screen, and we'll try it and just stick it there, and we'll see if that wants to stay there for us. Or there's some weird glitch that keeps putting it back to our damage map. Seems to have fixed it there. Anyway, alright. DRS is enabled. We're not going to have DRS, of course, unless we close in on Mr. Bottas himself, which we're getting a bit ragged in some parts of this circuit, so I don't feel as though we're going to catch Mr. Bottas. Our fuel is looking okay, and Bottas catching slightly to Sev in front, so it would be nice if we can get held up a little bit there by Vettel. So we just try and see if we can keep the line for once here, which we do. That's good. Get on the brakes there slightly, stay on the throttle, and then just this sweeping series of bends here, and it feels good when you do it well, but not too good like that situation there where you don't do it too well. Hamilton's all over my rear, by the way, just in case you wanted to know where Lewis is, as we try and get some speed out of this section, which again we're not really getting. It's just the car, the downforce into that corner, not good. We obviously haven't really worked on the aerodynamics too well, but this part we like. We unleash the beast, and that is generally enough for us to gain a tad on Valtteri and pull away from Lewis, but it's obviously not enough for us to really do damage for the rest of the lap. As we now come in, we've got 2 laps to go. We're going to whack it down back to standard. As we said, another purple final sector there. Again, the top speed. This is why we do so well at Monza, because that is almost just pure straights. And Belgium, we obviously didn't do as well as we should have. But we'll see how we go at those later on this year, and hopefully coming into those, had a few victories and a few more podiums up our belt, and our reputation can just keep on climbing. I think what we're going to have to do in Monaco is, I think qualifying, it's just resoundingly we're going to be 20th. There's nothing we can do to fix that. But then come the race day, who knows, maybe we'll just for one race put the difficulty level on the easiest possible difficulty level, just so we can stay ahead of where our team want us, and then to get the pole, and then just race. Like, I don't know, maybe that's an idea, but then I don't know how that affects your reputation. Maybe because they know you're on like super easy, you won't get as much reputation points or something like that. That could be a thing. I know it kind of works in your career score, but I don't know how it works in terms of your reputation points. So we'll see, I guess, with this one. They only want us to finish in 11th, and we're currently in 3rd, so you would expect us to get a nice bunch of reputation points after this one, particularly beating one of the Mercedes and both the Red Bulls. And I've just put that car up into rich mode just as we go down the straight to give an even bigger boost of speed. Not that we really need it too badly. Actually, of course, going to beat a Ferrari as well, so you would assume that beating a Ferrari and beating a Mercedes should do wonders for our reputation score, but we'll see. So we cross the line there, and slower than our previous ones, obviously, as we didn't set any purple sector in the final part there. If we can navigate this opening section, I feel as though we should be home and hosed. And we've only, used the, I was going to say one flash, but we've used 2, haven't we? Alright, I think we can put her up to rich mode, can't we, for the rest of this? I feel we can. And we're not going to catch Valtteri. So clearly, I mean, the difficulty is still on hard. 60 is still hard. So it's, again, not like we're, you know, as you can see, we're not just reeling in the cars in front of us willy-nilly. I mean, obviously, we're still having to chase and race, and we've obviously got Hamilton right on our rear wing. So, therefore, it's still got a little bit of difficulty to it. But, obviously, not as hard as it has been. And also, you've got to realise this car, on the overall scheme of things, is not better than these 2 cars behind us. It's only really our top line speed that gives us an advantage. I remember it was the Force India in 2009. It just dominated in Belgium and Italy. But when it came to other races, it wasn't exactly the best. Alright, we're going to have to put it in standard because we're guzzling that fuel up quite quickly. Vettel's going to win this Grand Prix. That's for sure, unless something major happens here in the last section, which, of course, it doesn't do. And Bottas will be second, but we're going to get our first podium of the season, kids, and we're going to get our very first podium here in China, which is going to be a big relief. And here it is, podium, season 6, we're done, there we go, good work. Thank you very much. Actually, you asked me to finish in 9th, so I did better. No, 11th, wasn't it? Oh, I don't know. I finished a lot higher than you wanted me to, Jeffrey, so you didn't exactly ask me to get a podium, so stop trying to bigwig yourself. But that should do wonders for our reputation. And there I am on the podium. Look at me. Come on. That means we've actually had 2 races in a row that's had Red Bull team, well, of course, Red Bull on the podium before, and now Toro Rosso. So, same colours on the podium, just different drivers. So that's a good way to start. They still look like they're about to kiss. Aw, romantic engineers. Bottas with a big smile then, that's been unusual. Oh, Vettel wants me. Yeah, he's my friend, yeah. Alright, let's have a look at a bit of a gander at how this all played out at the beginning. I want to see who it was that was getting close with me. It was, is that Verstappen? I think that's Verstappen. Oh, Maxi. Massa got a great start there too. Look at that slide I have there, and I'm forced wide. I reckon I could have been a lot closer to the guys at the front had that not happened. But sadly, that wasn't to be. Now, of course, you know I did a few flashbacks at this section here, but when I made the move stick... Oh, you don't mind. And Massa getting racy there too with the Williams. Yeah, I'll take that. Alright, let's have a look at the standing, shall we, for the first time this season. So I've moved up into 6th place in the championship. Obviously 5th last year, the best of the top 4, outside the top 4. So Vettel leading, Raikkonen, Hamilton, Bottas, Ricciardo, myself, Verstappen, Massa, Grosjean, Perez. And in the constructors-wise, we're up in 4th place. I think we got 5th last year, did we not, from memory? Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull, us, Williams, Haas, Force India, Renault, Sauber, McLaren. So, we'll advance through and take a look at our reputation and all that jazz. Off to Bahrain next, of course, a circuit that we've never finished higher than 7th. So, we need to buck that trend, obviously. A podium again there would be nice. Never qualified higher there than 7th either. So, it's a circuit of 7ths. 7th and 7th. 7 and 7. Both of those results came in F1 2016 too, by the way. So, not the success in F1 2017 we'd like. Alrighty, so there we go. 109 points this time around. We get a bonus of 18 points. That's nice. Our rivalry is quite strong. And look at our reputation points there with Red Bull. Obviously Ferrari, now knowing that we're going to get all the way to the end, Ferrari obviously is what we'd like for it to keep going up. But Red Bull, the highest that's ever been. Obviously, we're going to lose some in Monaco, probably. That's not quite here yet. But anyway, so that's China. We're off to Bahrain next. Like, subscribe, comment here on Casual Gamer. Thank you for your company, and we will speak to you in Bahrain. Good night.